Doing. Oh, okay, YouTube. We're live. Hey, YouTube. Hey, Facebook. Hey, TikTok. Hey, IG. Hey, everybody. Okay, Lord. I love you. This is a little Thankful Thursday with a twist. I just had some life experience today. Well, this week, these past few weeks, that I wanted to share with y'all to keep y'all uplifted, to keep y'all positive, and just to keep y'all in the know of what's going on with me. Hey, boo. So definitely share out the video. Definitely be inspired. Call me, text me with any questions, any requests, anything. I'm here for y'all because y'all have been here for me, and I want to say thank you. But I'm documenting this one as calling "Living in My Purpose." Um, just because of my journey. My journey is amazing, and I wanted to share with you. I had some tears filled today. I fell to my knees today. Like today have really shown me that I am living within my purpose. Okay. So if you followed me or know anything about me or know me personally, you know last year I started my saying living in my purpose. That's my mission for 2026, 27, 28, and thereon is to live in my purpose. My purpose is who I am. Okay. To know me is to love me. That's a true saying. And I might stumble or stutter because I'm trying not to cry again because I have been on a emotional praising high. Don't get it wrong. It's nothing but tears of joy and praise. But I've been just letting it out today, and here's a little bit reason why. Like I said, I've been on this journey of living in my purpose. Okay. I'm a woman of faith. I'm not afraid to hide it. Never have been, never will be. Okay. Um, Whenever you ask for things, gain clarity of what you're requesting. I had in 2025, this is the journey and process. This is the growth and process. Y'all are here, y'all are witness it. Back in 2025, um, I kept saying, I just wanted to be around people that's not afraid to pray. I have friends, I have family, I have acquaintances that always talk about it, but are very hush when it comes to prayer and acknowledging the power of the Lord. So I prayed and I asked and I requested, just randomly saying, you know how you go throughout your day, Lord, I wish, Lord, I wish. I said it on the regular. I always be like, I wish I had people in my life that wasn't afraid of the Bible, that wasn't afraid of God, like that didn't mind being in that element. And that's in personal growth and in business. Um, so back in May of last year, it doesn't even seem um still feels like yesterday. I lost my godmother. Rest in peace, Cynthia. Um, I lost my godmother. And during that journey, I stumbled upon a group on TikTok. Um, Shouts out to Chef Harvey. If you know him, you know him. If you don't, you can follow him on TikTok and get to know him. Musically inclined. I'm at work and I was literally taken back. I don't know if it was mesmerized. I don't know if it was love at first sight, but it was something that drew me to the live because for months before May even hit, this man crossed my TikTok live every day, hour on an hour. And I just scrolled. I didn't want to have nothing to do with it. I was like, just another DJ, scroll. But this particular day in May came across and I was captivated. I was hooked. I was sunk in. He's very addictive on so many levels. Um, then, he hit the inbox. We talked for a minute. And his first impression of me, I felt his power. I felt who he was. Like, he wasn't afraid to show who he was on live. And I love the realness of him. I'm going to be honest. Um, so one day I got the call that my godmother was, in the hospital, um, the hospice and all that good stuff. Not good stuff, but I'm trying not to bring up the emotional tears. But he called, it was our very first conversation. And he said, "Do you mind if I pray with you?" What? Yes, you can do that. He was like, "This is what I do." Now, keep in mind, this is our first conversation. And this is out of me asking for the Lord to bring people into my life that's not afraid of prayer. So I'm like, I'm open. I'm accepting it. I'm loving it. I'm like, yes, please pray over my godmother, pray over the family, pray over me, for the house strength. So he did that a couple of times. We've had private sessions. I supported him during a tough time. He supported me, X, Y, and Z. Boom. Cool. I had found a group on TikTok that wasn't afraid of prayer, from the panel to the host. I was there for it. I'm in my journey. I'm being surrounded by the energy that I felt I needed to be around. Then I stumbled across another prayer group. Shout out to Proof and the TLC family. They've introduced me to another level of people that is not afraid to pray. Okay? So I'm like, okay, I'm getting all these circles of friends that I asked for. All right. So Noonie, Kirsten, to y'all on the business platform, you asked for the journey to be able to live in your purpose. Okay? So it's time to start applying what you asked for. And that's what I started doing. So I came up and I was like, hey, I want to start a nonprofit for people affected by domestic violence. Some of y'all may know I was a victim. My children went through situations. We were victims of a family and domestic violence, self inflicted. Um, so I wanted to share my story, my journey, my passion, and to assist with resources. There's so many resources out there that I did not know during the time that I was going through it, and I'm sure others did not know, as well. So I wanted to bring that information and bring a for growth together to assist individuals. And I say individuals because it's not just women that go through domestic violence issues, it's men and children as well. It affects so many people on so many levels. So I started putting my energy into my nonprofit as well as my business of KLOR event management. Um, then within the year, I started Network Wednesday. Network Wednesday is just a platform to communicate with other like minded business professionals where we can grow, brainstorm, meet, grow, gain clientele, all of that good stuff. So I came in and I started reflecting the two groups and the individuals I met in those groups that I'm still connected to. I just started connecting my purpose with that. Then I'm making a long story short because I don't want this to be a long live. Then with my journey, I start saying, okay, I'm giving all of my energy into my jobs, my work, but I'm not putting the energy into what my passion and my heart is leading me to do. So I had to make the self executive decision to fall back on my part time job and focus on my business. When I did that, my business picked up and flourished on so many levels, like so many levels. And I was able to bring in people that I have met along the journey and get them on board as well. So I'm like, that's my purpose. My purpose is to connect. I am a caring, passionate provider. Like my mama called me a mama bear. I'm protective. I want everybody to succeed. I want to be able to have people grow alongside me. So giving off that energy from that part-time job and putting it into myself, that was the purpose I'm supposed to be in. I'm supposed to be in KLOR. I'm supposed to be in For Growth. I can no longer sit there and only make the rich richer. I can't. That's not my purpose. Um, and it brings me up. Welcome in, welcome in. It brings me up into the emotional. I don't want to say roller coaster. The emotional, spiritual journey I had today. This is where y'all gotta get your tissues. Um, so like I said, I'm living in my purpose. I'm following my dreams. I'm pursuing my dreams. I'm doing what's needed to do to build KLOR and For Growth. I'm living in my purpose. Then I come across a classmate. Shout outs to Vicky, AC Fitness. And she's very passionate. And she has these great t shirts, hence the one I have on. They're very inspirational. I'm like, here's another person coming into my circle that isn't afraid to show they love the Lord. Like, okay, I'm listening. I tell them all the time, I'm listening. I'm there for it. Um, so I grabbed this shirt. One, I love the pink, and I love what it says. Like, I'm created with a purpose. Okay, y'all stay with me here, cause I'm about to break down just a little bit. So this morning, well, last week, somebody put a post on Facebook, and they were asking for business funding or assistance or something like that. And if you know, on Network Wednesday, I like to bring guests in, and so the young lady, she responded, and I'm energy driven. So when you hear me say I'm protective of my energy, I mean what I say, because I am a woman of faith and energy. And all I did was read her message. I didn't know her. I didn't know her name. I didn't know what she did. All I did was read her message, and I reached out. I'm trying to tell y'all, reach out when you get the feeling. When you feel something, follow your inklings. Just stay with me. So I talked to her briefly yesterday while I was at work at that part time at a mandatory meeting. But I followed up, and I wanted to literally talk to her this morning. So rewind rewind back a little bit. Building KLOR and For Growth, I've been in the mindset I have to get out of my personal funding and get into my business funding. Y'all in business, y'all understand. Y'all have to definitely separate the two. It is no getting around that. You have to separate the two. So I've been transitioning myself to business funding versus using my personal funding, XYZ. So we were talking about, what she's going to come on and talk about. We were talking about funding. And then, me, I just started rambling, and I went on to tell her one of my testimonials of how I met a young lady out in Ashland, Miss Wanda Farmer. Shout out to her. I love her to pieces. And I only said her first name. I only said Wanda. And she said, she from where? I said, in Ashland. She said, I know her. I love her, her family. I was like, look at there. And now, Ashland is far off from where we both are from. And to know the same person and have the same impact, it was like a whole joyous moment we had. And I went to tell her, I said, when I initiated For Growth, I reached out to Miss Wanda. I was unemployed, like, didn't know where I was paying my rent, my bills, none of that. But I reached out to Miss Wanda, and I was like, do you have a family in need for the holiday? She was like, yeah. I didn't have the means, but I felt it was my purpose to help somebody else. And that's what we did. I did drives, I did donation drives for toys for her children. I offered the mother assistance. Like, I reached out and did what I had to do because that was my purpose. Without a job. So I'm living in my story. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm happy with it. Um I'm feeling like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not supposed to be blood, sweat, and tears for somebody else. That's not my purpose. So we talked about that, and then we went on. We had our sidebar conversations. Not going to go into details, but I hung up the phone, and all I said was, I said, Noonie, this is your time. Like, this is your season. I'm gonna keep it together. This is your season. This is your time. So I was like, I just need a little bit more money to do something that I'm trying to do for KLR and for growth. I need a little bit more money to make this happen. I'm like, all right, hustler brain activated. Like, what I'm gonna do to get this money? What am I gonna do to get this money? I called my bank. And apparently somebody owed me money that I didn't know about. I fell to my knees. I fell to my knees and prayed so hard. I told y'all how y'all tissue. I don't even have my tissue. I thought I I thought I was all cried out. Sorry. I prayed so hard and prayed so hard because I didn't expect my bank account to say that. Um, I'm sitting there worrying, and the whole time I'm not even say worrying. I had faith that the money was gonna come to me how it was supposed to come to me, and it did. It did. So I had my moment this morning. I cried. I was like, okay. I reiterated to myself again. This is your season. This is your purpose. Let's start walking in it. So I was supposed to have an eye appointment today. If y'all know me, I've been without my glasses for a good 4 months now, struggling, but I've been doing my thing. I still been seeing. Um, Something happened at the doctor's appointment. Apparently, I need the glasses because I was right in front of the building and missed the appointment because I couldn't find the building. But it is what it is. So I went over and I did errands that I can't do during the day because I'm at work. So I was running my errands. I went to Target to do sponsorships and put my name out there, and just to get some community information. I did a couple of more community stops, introducing myself, getting getting more acquainted with people in business throughout the community, just building those connections. I went in and did that, and the whole time I'm sitting there building the connections, I go back again to those groups of friends of prayer that I pray for, and think about a conversation I just had with another close friend and associate I met from TikTok. Shout outs to Sarah. We've had um, some emotional conversations, and in that, and getting her on track has also gotten me on track. So, what brings me to the live today is when I got dressed, I'm like, what's my mood? What do I feel like? And sitting on the corner of my dresser with still my t-shirt in the back because I just ordered it. I was like, I don't feel like wearing a dress. I said, I'm gonna wear this shirt because I'm gonna walk in my purpose today. Okay, I'm feeling the energy. So I do my errands. I go over to open the business bank accounts. Um, I chat with them for a nice little time. Got the information I needed. And when I walked out of the bank, I picked up my phone and I was going to make a post. And I was like, something powerful. The post was going to say something is powerful is about to happen. Be on the lookout for KLOR and for growth. That was the post I was gonna make. And my mother tells me all the time, shout out to Iris. She looks at me when she see me in my element and she see me doing my thing. She just take that step back and look at me and she said, something big is about to happen. She be like, I don't know what, but something big is about to happen for you. So again, bring me back to the bank. I'm walking out. I'm about to make that post. My phone ring. It's one of my line dance sisters. And if you follow me on my personal page, I literally just made a post early in the week about Vicky and Rhonda, like the energy they bring, um and how it carried over throughout the week. So Saturday was a big line dance event, and I met another young lady. Her name, I think her name was Sunny. I'm not even sure what her name was, but I was drawn to her because her energy reminded me of my auntie that just passed in December. And I really, on the dance floor, I felt like I just wanted to be up underneath her and just be there with her. So I reached out to her, sent her a message on Facebook. Like I had all of this positive energy coming to me all week, just all angles. Like at the time it's happening, I'm not putting it together. But as things start coming together, I'm like, okay, the math is mathing. I see you. I'm like I said, I always tell them, I see you. So again, I'm like, I got my shirt on. I'm feeling positive. I'm feeling the energy. My phone ring and it's my line dance sister. And she was like, Noonie, you busy? I'm like, no. Like, I answer my phone. I'm never too busy when people reach out. I try my best to be there for everybody. But this time on the other line, somebody was there for me. Now, y'all know that's a touchy subject when you're in business and in personal. Because a lot of time, people that's always there for somebody don't have it reciprocated. But I am keeping it together because, oh, she was like, I just wanted to reach out to you um, to tell you something. I was like, you okay? Because I know she had been going through some personal issues herself. So my first inkling was to jump to her rescue. But yo, the call was not for her, it was for me. She said, for the past 2 weeks you've been heavy on my mind. And I'm like, huh? I got alert. I had to almost pull over because I was driving. And I was like, really? She was like, yeah. She was like, I meant to tell you Tuesday in class. She said, but we was line dancing and all that. She said, I didn't feel it was a good time. She was like, but something really pushed me to just call you. And I was like, all right, you got me worried. What's going on? She said, I was just supposed to call and tell you. I'm sorry. Hold on. She said, I don't know what it is, but something big is about to happen for you. And you ought to keep pushing and to keep doing what you're doing. She said, I don't know what your purpose is. She said, I don't know what your journey is. She said, but all I know is I'm supposed to tell you you're doing a great job and to keep going because your time is coming. I said, wow. Wow. Out of the blue, she said that. And I told her, I said, you wasn't supposed to tell me on Tuesday. You told me right when you were supposed to tell me because I needed it. So, with all my tears, all my prayers, anything you take from this live, this message, when you see it, play it back. I want you to stay inspired, stay true to who you are, always have faith over fear, don't have worry. When is your time? Your time will be here to flourish. Your journey is your story is not finished. Just keep pushing. Um, Whether you know it out there or not, people are watching and praying for your success. And I'm here. I'm praying for your success. I'm hoping that you can have success within KO Lord and for growth. Um, Cause yeah, we're about to take flight, and I hope you be around for it and keep supporting me. So, like I said, this is Thankful Thursday with a twist. I thank you all that have come into my life. join my platforms. I literally was at work last month and I was like, oh my gosh, I need a vacation. I need a vacation. I can't even afford to take a vacation. I need time off. And I met somebody that offered me a vacation, flight included. Like, when I tell you the blessings are flowing where they need to flow for me and my children, what should say everything around you win? I'm just thankful for everybody I've come across. And then I'm going to come across because I'm not done yet. Y'all just stay with me. And like I said, I appreciate y'all and I love y'all. Just keep pushing. Just keep succeeding. I see my little boo on here. I'm so proud of you. You graduated. You have lived a tough life, but you still keep your head up for you and your kids. And you know, I love you. So just keep pushing. Just know Nima is proud of you. Kiss my baby for me. Um, I'm proud of all my business owners, my kids. I'm proud of you. You've taken that leap out with faith. And you're doing your thing. I'm proud of you. Alora, I see you there. I'm proud of you. Janae, my other Janae, my second Janae. I'm proud of you. I love what everybody is doing. Thank y'all so much for supporting me. And that's the live, guys. Hold on, let me turn off my YouTube.